Okay, sorry, that's your.
All good?
Yes, hello.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Sorry for those watching online. Late start with some technical issues and some quorum issues. So welcome committee members and members of the public. Please ensure that your devices, cell phones are switched off or on silent mode while the meeting is in progress. If a cell phone interrupts the course of the meeting, we'll stop and wait for the device to be muted. This meeting is being held in the supper room, the Waihinga Centre, not the Town Hall. Is being live streamed and will be available to view on Council's YouTube channel. I don't need to run through the health and safety issues because there's no members of here. But given that one time Melissa did do this, we will end up out of the car. It should only happen out that door, not that door, and see out the front. So karakia, please join in the karakia opening. Kia horo ki marino, kia whakapapa papa, te wai, e wai, mā tātou I te rangi nei. Aroha atu, hana mai, tātou i a tātou katoa, hui e tā ie. Oh, right, okay, I will do that. Yeah, for those wondering, there's only 5 of us around the table. We have Councillor Rebecca Gray on the phone, and she is on her way to join us in person as well. Thank you very much, Bex. Okay, so apologies. We have an apology from the Mayor, Martin Connolly, from Deputy Mayor Sadler Footer, Councillor McCauley, and currently Councillor Elams, who will be hopefully joining us later on. We have not heard from Councillor Maynard. Correct. So back from the messages we've left. Okay. Do I have a someone to move to accept those apologies? Thank you, Violet. And seconder. We got seconder. No, we do somebody here.
Woody is.
Oh, Woody, thanks, Woody. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. All those against, please say no.
Aye.
Oh, thank you, Bex. All those against, please say no. Motion is carried. Conflicts of interest. Any conflicts of interest declared today?
It's one in the.
Okay. And you will declare that when we get to public excluded. Thank you. Okay. No, you vote? Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry, yeah. Oh, you've got as well? For public excluded as well with the pub white? Yeah, okay, Violet. Acknowledgements and tributes. Any acknowledgements and tributes this morning? Right. Public participation. We have no registered participants for public participation. And urgent business. Do we have any urgent business? Oh, right. Okay. Confirmation of minutes on the 4th of June. We are now considering the strategy working committee meeting from the 4th of June. Both public and the publicly excluded sets. Are there any corrections needed? Thanks. Fine. Do I have a move to confirm one that the minutes of the strategy working committee held on the 4th of June 2025 are confirmed as a true and correct record, and 2, that the public excluded minutes of the strategy working committee held on the 4th of June are confirmed as a true and correct record. Do I have a mover? Thank you. Oh,
Someone waiting. We have to.
something later.
Over to my other screen.
Sorry, Councillor Olds is a mover, and I have a seconder. Thank you, Violet. We'll wait for Amy.
Question, I could have abstained it because I left the meeting halfway through. Does that then mean that we haven't got a call to accept the minutes?
Yeah, it possibly does actually.
I can't vote for
Because you tell those the minutes because you weren't here.
Yeah, I left it for 11:30.
Bit of abstention, is an abstention counted as a,
I abstained from one of the votes. Councillor Plummer wasn't here for those.
The first government session for Stefan.
Yeah,
Bex was there.
excellent.
Thank you. Baby, okay, great.
Cheers.
Okay, good. And just as well. Okay, so do I have a seconder? So while you did that, all those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
All those against, please say no. Motion is carried.
Sorry, can I just confirm who I'm saying?
The other thing, Amy, while just before that comes to it, is that we have reports back from the Old Standing Committee, including boards in the agenda twice.
Saw them.
So
We have it here,
this one is the
and we have it
about
there.
city council meeting, community board attending, and members who they give the feedback that's given around the table.
Right, okay,
There's no
So we'll move over.
members will be able to move on just.
okay, right. Any matters arriving from the previous minutes? No. We don't have any members of the boards for the Morrison Committee will be boards here. So we will move to the action items. 10.1, the action items reports. Please. The updates coming from that. Okay,
Just doing the way.
do we, Aidan?
Hello.
Aidan? Okay, are you just doing audio online, or can you do the camera on?
Hang on, I'll get that sorted. Stand by. Here we are. I've got my camera on, I think. Apologies for the delay, team.
Thanks, mate. No worries.
Just if anyone's got any questions,
Um,
we're down to a very few minutes.
there's very few that will left open. Is there any questions on these? Remaining open, actually, will you get any questions on these?
I don't know.
You good, Colin?
Action.
3, 2, 1, we're waiting on the speed limit.
So yeah, 321 and 322 are both items covered under the consultation for the steam management plan, which is underway now.
Which is the way now. Yeah, I see that was in the, that could just cover the life and times on these today as well.
Yeah, yes.
So what's happening there? Okay, the information report from Chief Executive and staff. Will be you. Right?
What have we got?
So it's just me, isn't it? Chairperson's report on behalf of this and that.
Yes.
So I'm just the chairperson's report. I'm doing this on behalf of Chair Deputy Mayor Sam Mcqueen. The purpose was to provide members with an update on recent activities, seek approval for items as detailed in this report, and this report includes updates related to the supporting work being undertaken by the Lamataka Road Action Group. Do we have any questions on this? So is that Bex?
Think about it.
Okay, so you're behind the intent, but you, okay, got it. Thank you very much, Rebecca. Okay.
Can I make
Yeah.
comments?
You can, if you want to
So
say.
this came up in the, sorry, you go first.
Okay.
No, you go first. Okay, so this came up in the Rimutaka Road Users Forum as well, which I was chairing at our pre-arrangement thing. And this is not about building a new road or a bridge or a road or a tunnel right now. This is actually a result of advice from NZTA, who is a member of that committee, to say, if we want to get any traction on actually investigating this option, whether, you know, and we're talking long term, it needs to get onto the roads of national significance so that NZTA can actually do some work on it. If it's not on that list, NZTA can't do any work on it. So it's not about building a road, it's not about building a tunnel, it's about enabling the investigation for the long-term need of the Wairarapa. And it may well come out that actually we don't need this, but actually we have to do the investigation. So this is about supporting it to get it to the stage where some money can be put on it to do an investigation by the agency that is responsible for this, which is NZTA. It's not a local government issue. It is a highway. And so that's why this group exists. The Rimataka Road Users Forum exists about Rimataka Hill. We've obviously got the new road, the Rimataka New Road group that is formed. The whole campaign is about just literally getting it onto the roads of national significance so that NZTA can then do its work on.
Thanks, councillor. I will read the background from Melissa in a minute.
Yeah, all I'm going to say is that the letter that has been compiled by Masterton District Council supporting various elements of the request is what I would expect that we would follow through on.
Do that as well?
Yeah.
Do I need to read the background from Melissa then, or?
Only if it's needed, we don't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of taking that this has been read.
Yep.
By councils anyway, so we don't need to read it out. I think we can just go straight to. We can just go straight to the vote. So do I have a mover?
And I'm happy to second.
All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
What's this for?
For the letter.
Letter.
Feeding the letter.
No,
Write a letter.
Yeah. No, I'm along the same lines as Bex here, sorry, there's no wrong,
So you're against
against.
the writing? Okay, so the chairperson requests the strategy working committee write letter endorsement for the Rimataka Road Action Group supporting names on A, an investigation to new alternate highway over the Rimataka Hill, and B, having the Rimataka Hill Road included in the governance list of roads of national significance.
Are you going to do them as separate votes? Because I'm all for the second one, not the first one.
It's one vote with two parts, yeah.
So,
We want to
You
separate.
can do it separately.
you can do it separately.
Have you have to do it separately? Okay, so A, an investigation into new alternative highway over the Rimataka Hill. All those in favour say
Aye.
All those against? So Aidan, what were you?
Four.
Aidan, were you 4? Thank you. And B, having the Rimataka Hill Road included in the government's list of roads of national significance.
Yep. Aye.
And what you voted for that? Aidan?
Aye.
Bex?
Aye.
Bex was no.
So Bex is a no to A and B,
A.
and Woody's a no to A.
A. Right? Yeah, of
Can I just ask a question, team?
course you can. We'd love you to.
Just Alistair, what would the time frame be in your view? Is it a 10, 15 or 20 year time frame for this process?
It's literally, how long's a piece of string? If you look at Transmission Gully, that took 50 years. So, you know, this is not about coming up with a road or a bridge. It's about actually doing the investigation of what is required for the long-term future of the Warrigal. So your guess is as good as mine, but I would anticipate that you're not going to see anything built probably within 10, 30 years. The way that roads get built, or bridges or tunnels or whatever get built in this country, at least 30 years probably. So, you know, we're talking a long-term thing here, and they'll investigate population growth and economy and all the other things that go into whether this is a viable thing further down the track. So, you know, you and I won't be driving over any road or tunnel, I would suggest, but our grandchildren might.
Thanks for that.
All good?
Cheers.
Okay, so
Yep.
the motion is carried.
Thank you.
You.
Phew.
Trying to rocket through the cycle.
Yeah, I know. That's all right, mate. No worries.
Okay, appointments reports. Infrastructure portfolio update, councillor Elams, you'll be doing this. And
Yes, I
now
will
we're
be.
12.1, the infrastructure portfolio update. James, you're going to join us at the table, or what are you going to? Oh, Stephan's. Okay. Okay, Aidan, whenever you're ready, mate.
Thanks a lot for that, Chair, and apologies again for not being able to be at the table in person. But I'll just take that report as being read. I think we've got some positives to report. I think also that it's the 1st of July. Council took over those CapEx projects from Wellington Water moving forward. So I think that's a significant event for the district. for the ratepayers and for the residents. And I'd like to thank the staff for the work that they have been doing, Stefan, Peter, and now James, to get things moving in that water space. I'd also like to thank Tim and his roading team for the work that they have got through in the last few months. I don't know if I've mentioned it in the report, but specifically the remediation and the repairs on the White Rock Road up on the Sunnies, adjacent to the Sunnyside farm there. That's been a significant job, and the residents east of Martinborough who use that road regularly have commented on the progress and how impressed they are. I think there's a few appendixes there. Hope everyone has read through them, covering off details of all the various projects and events that are occurring. If anyone's got any questions, hopefully I or Stefan can help answer them. Cheers, team.
And so, thanks very much. Does anybody have any questions? Stefan, is there anything you'd like to say or add to that? I think I'd just like to share, Dave's congratulations to Tim. This is great. To sort of see
Fantastic.
some really, it's great positive results here already. And we're only, a couple of weeks into all this. So well done, everybody, on that. Members' feedback reports from community boards. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Last question.
Yeah.
Stefan, this is a great outcome for the savings. $700,000 that are identified in this report. Is that now that, given that that's already in the budget, are we reprioritising that into another capital project that we can get off the books that perhaps wasn't funded?
Thank you, Councillor. So it is great news that we now have control of our own capital works program. We'll be able to, I think, be more efficient, save money. Any money that is saved, the idea is that we direct that immediately into renewals, because that's where the urgent need is. So we will be, you've all asked for quite some time now for us to identify where the most vulnerable points are in the piping network, where we've had lots of repairs over and over again, and it's been very frustrating and expensive. Our desire is to redirect any money that's been saved into our renewals program and address those most vulnerable points of the network as a priority.
So within that, there's what, $700,000 identified immediately. In the renewals project, is that going to be run internally, or is that a Wellington Water project?
We will run renewals.
Okay, with that in mind, then would you be able to, I don't want a lot of detail of this, but as we find savings in our capital projects and you're going to transfer it into renewals, can you just give us a sort of running commentary of where these renewals are, so we get an idea about how we're getting ahead of the game for some of these savings?
Yes.
Cool, thank you.
Thank you so much, Bex.
Good to try that.
Thanks, Alistair. Woody.
Chair. Stefan, just the rules part, is that up and running?
Thank you, Councillor. Yeah, so in the area of community operations, there's been a few wins recently. One of them is the fact that the contract for the Greytown Woods Park has been signed. Was signed yesterday, and that is of course a celebration.
Thank you, Melissa.
They will be, thank you, Melissa and team. They will be starting work on site this month, and we will be very happy to hear that. Also, in the area of community operations, while we're talking about that, we also have the Featherston Playground work is underway, and we're hoping to have that completed by the end of August. And just one final thing here is that we also have some progress on our asset management planning. We've got drones on site actually at the moment that are helping us build a 3D model of our asset base and putting that information into our asset management system. So there's been quite a lot going on.
A lot going on, yeah. Yeah, been busy.
Thanks, Stefan. Just,
Anything else, Lee?
all good? Yeah.
Anybody, any other questions? For
Excellent report.
Stefan? Yeah, no, it's all great. Well, Melissa, thank you for the work you've done on the Wheels Fund. And for the communications and kept up, it's been much appreciated.
I think this CapEx dashboard project is really good.
It's really,
Yeah, it is excellent.
it's really, yeah, yeah.
Well done, James. Is that yours?
Is it you? Yeah, we like the dashboard, don't we?
Dashboards. Dashboards are good.
We do. Okay, members' feedback from Māori Standing Committee and committee boards as next, 12.2. Anybody wants to feedback from the various? We'll do great.
Right, you want me to go?
Sorry, Violet, anything?
No, we haven't had a brief.
Okay, Colin, anything for the first committee board?
Not at this stage.
Great committee board is time to shine once again.
Yeah.
Thank you, Woody.
Right, so the Greytown Community Board had a successful meeting in May with a number of donations going back to the community, which is always great to see. Community receiving support from the community board. We have another meeting at the end of this month. We expect a number of other applications from Greytown Food Bank and Cobblestones, both central to our community. We've been very busy this winter with 3 major events. First, we had a successful volunteer expo on 8th of June, where a number of new individuals come to our event to get involved with our many community groups, social clubs and community support groups. All groups ended up with new individuals of interest, and we hope to hear successful intake of new volunteers in the near future. We also honoured 2 exceptional ladies at the South Wairarapa District Council Volunteer Breakfast on 24th of June. We've done over 28 years of service to multiple groups and community support in Greytown, Carol Fisher and Judy Drake. On Thursday, tomorrow, we have our 135th celebration of being the first place to ever hold Arbor Day in New Zealand. Greytown has continued as a town that honours and recognises the importance of regrowth and protection of trees in our community, with one of our trees up for national recognition. This Thursday is an open event to the community with approximately 50 people showing interest to attend the ceremonial tree planting ceremony at 10 a.m. in Arbor Reserve, with Gordon Munson and Mayor Martin Connolly officiating and recreating the first ever Arbor Day that saw the bringing together of both the mana whenua and settlers to recognise the importance of replacing trees taken down and replenishing the soil and region. This will be followed by an open tea for the community at 12 p.m. in Greytown Town Hall, where the student Arbor Day colouring contest winners will also be announced that are currently on display in the town hall. Hopefully our brand new Arbor Day tracks flags will be ready for display, but that is not certain. The community board has been putting in a number of hours coordinating and setting up this event. We are also excited to hold our Matariki celebration for the leaders of our community at 6 a.m. on Sunday, the 6th of July, with Papawai officiating that dawn ceremony at Neil Morrison's property, followed by a light breakfast at the marae. Next month is our South Wairarapa District Council delegated stakeholders meeting for the South Wairarapa District Parks and Reserves in Greytown. This is the last Wednesday of the month and is held earlier due to the election period and campaign period starting. That wraps up our busy time. I just want to commend the community board members for their tireless and constant work over the last few months to get these events to go. We could not be doing this if our members were not so dedicated and hardworking. Huge thanks, especially to Joe Woodcock, Warren Woodger and Neil Morrison, and of course Louise Bunny.
Just to follow up to that, Louise also said that she forgot to add that we're honouring 6 lions at the Arbor Day celebrations for efforts to honour Arbor Day and to keep the Greytown tradition of being an Arbor Reserve, going in particular work they did on the 100th anniversary of Arbor Day in 1990 with the building of the monument and other structures in Arbor Reserve. Beautiful. Thank you very, very much. Anything to add, Violet?
I spoke to from her, she said that she believed the vote was not for yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, sorry, thank you, Harlan. Thanks, thank you very much. Okay, so we are now going to go to publicly, public excluded. Thank you very much, Bex. Okay, so recommendations that the public be excluded from the following parts of the proceeding of this meeting: the general subject matter of each matter to be considered while the public is excluded, the reason for passing this resolution in relation to each matter, and the specific grounds under section 48 of the Local Government Official Information and Meetings Act 1987 for the passing of this resolution of the reduction as follows. The general subject of each matter to be considered is the Papua Land Exchange, Waters Capital Contracts, Greytown desludging and Tawharangi Pipeline, and the office renovation financial approval, and the application for a partial remission of rates. There's a follow-up to that submission. I had a movement from Bex. I didn't get a second at nine. I second it.
I'll second it.
Councillor Stevens. Thank you. Okay, so all those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Those against? Right stuff. Thank you. We will now move to